What's up, guys? We're back right here, Replicon Radio, with another exclusive interview. We're still rolling out the brand new movie, which is available everywhere December 4th, all digital platforms, streaming, and anywhere you want to watch movies. It's called What Lies Below. Check out our movie view, our interview with the director, and right now we're going to talk to one of the film's main stars, Mr. Trey Tucker.
Hello.
Hey, Trey, how are you, man?
I am all right. This is Paul, yes?
Yeah, with Replicon Radio, Paul. Yes, sir.
Hi, Paul. How are you, man?
I'm doing well, man. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with us today.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice to talk with you.
For sure. So essentially, man, I know we don't have a ton of time today, but we want to try and get to know people a little bit better, and learn more about you. So you're from Texas. How did you go from Houston to Hollywood? Like, what was it to, from going from that area into getting into movies, and how did you get started in the industry?
Oh, I drove.
There you go.
So.
That's good. Perfect.
No, man. I actually was in Dallas. I lived in Dallas for most of my adult life after college, and was there. I was a coder, a programmer for several years. Wasn't great at it. Wasn't terrible at it, but it did make me want to blow my brains out after a while, and was kind of missing. I knew that life was kind of missing an element, and I just one day I don't know, I had some friends sort of continually prod me towards the modeling stuff, modeling work, or maybe even doing acting work, and just never thought it was me. And then but I'd done it growing up in church plays, school plays, loved being on stage in front of people, and took some classes in Dallas, and really enjoyed it. I just decided, you know what, I haven't really lived outside of Texas for any serious length of time. Let's go. And I took off, and then fumbled around basically for 7 more years until we got here. Basically what happened. I just got very lucky, to be honest with you. Very lucky.
That's awesome. So, I guess one of the big things before we get to, obviously we're talking about What Lies Below, which is a great movie. You got a big part with the Space Between Us with Gary Oldman, and I guess he kind of became a pivotal part of your career, kind of like helped you with some things. Like, how did that? What's that relationship like, and how did he help you better your career? I guess.
I mean, yeah, Gary is a doll. He's sort of become a little bit like an uncle, you might say. And I met his manager maybe a year into being here, and it's sort of a fairy tale story. I was taking care of Doug and his wife, serving them at a restaurant, and they just started asking me questions about acting and about movies, and she said, we'd like to help you, which people say all the time, but we
how much is that going to cost me? Yeah.
Yeah, right. And we connected later, and he had me do some scenes from some old plays. Doug was a Broadway producer for many years. Produced 30 some odd plays on Broadway and has about as many Tony nominations. And I did some scenes for him, and he just thought there was something to it. And then basically, introduced me to Gary and had me do some stuff in front of Gary, and he thought the same thing. And they've just been real. I mean, they've become like family out here, and going to help me navigate the world of entertainment and the business of it. And then Gary's been really helpful, oftentimes helping me with auditions and things. And he's one of the best. And so he's been very, very sweet to me. But they've also, both of them, have just become good friends. I mean, they're just people that I enjoy being with, which is really, really nice. And hopefully they say the same. Otherwise, they're really good liars. But you know, it seems like they do. But I adore them both.
That's awesome. Yeah, Commissioner Gordon is definitely a good person to have on your side. That's for sure. Uh, but that's awesome. Yeah, he's totally
Yeah,
legit.
that's true. That's true. And also, you know, I'm blanking on his name, but his character in The Professional. If you have somebody you don't like, it's a good one to have too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's
So
definitely a legend. That's an awesome thing that kind of happened. So and then we're talking
yes,
about
indeed.
Viscous now, which is well, you got the role for that. How did you come about getting the role in this movie, which was originally Viscous, what now we know as What Lies Below, as
Hmm.
John Smith? How did that come about for you?
Man, it was quite traditional to be honest. They had my one of my one day my agent found the request for talent that came from them, and they submitted me for it. They liked the way that I looked. I sent a tape to them because they were in New York and I was in LA at the time. Sent a tape. They liked the tape. Got on the phone with the writer director Brad and did a few scenes, and he liked what I did. And they told me, I guess later that day, I think that they wanted me to do the movie, and that was it. So it was quite nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, the movie's great for everyone out
Yeah.
there. It does come out December 4th on all streaming platforms. You are John Smith, and I know the big thing, like even during production and even now when we're talking about the movie, like the hashtag "Who is John Smith," which even after watching the film, I'm still trying to figure out myself. Uh, what was it like playing such a, I guess, mysterious yet lust for character? Like, was that a weird part to portray?
I think uh, the way I've put it to some people, and I hope it doesn't like sound like I'm taking away from it in any way, but I was a carpenter. I made my money doing carpentry for several years, and you know there's different ways to use them. But your drill does one thing primarily, hammer primarily does one thing, skill saw primarily does one thing, and if you know how to use those things, you can kind of build whatever you want. Uh, that's an oversimplification, of course, but that's kind of how it felt with this. Like the, I was sort of uh, came up learning a lot from the Stella Adler approach to performing, and it's really, no, the way I treated it was like most of the things. What does he want? Uh, how does that translate into what he wants out of this particular moment? What does um, what does he want to hide, and what is he afraid of happening if things don't go the way that he wants? What happens if things don't? If things don't happen the way he wants them, and what happens if they do? And and then from there, once you have those kind of things drawn up and supported with a good history and imagination, then it really is uh, you can go into kind of any circumstance or any scene, and if those things are kind of alive and prepared in you, you can play around with lots of different ways to do the scene so that you really get it right and make it what it needs to be to tell the story in that moment. So that's kind of, I mean, it was very, in a certain way, not dissimilar from anything else I've prepared for, even though the content itself was very different. My approach to it is usually pretty consistent.
Yeah, and he's definitely for the viewer, he's definitely an in-depth character. And after talking to Brad, the director, there's there's so many different layers and things that you know what I mean. You have to rewatch the movie several different times to try to even learn who. and or what John Smith is or what exactly is going on. There's so many different levels, and even as the movie progresses, it's almost like a different character as you watch him, reveal whatever's going on more and more and more. So, congrats on that. It was definitely well done.
Thank you.
Was there? I just had to ask. After speaking to him, though, there was a. We learned about the kind of the origins of the film, and essentially, your character was derived from his crush on his stepmother. Did you did you hear about that while you guys were making the movie? It seems like that would be a hilarious thing to be a part of. While like I could see everyone joking around or something about that. How you're essentially playing the director's stepmom fantasy role or something.
Yeah. I mean, it was, but I mean, that's Brad is a very open person about things, and that was not. It was nice. Generally speaking, it's really helpful if you're trying to tell a story to have someone who's really open about all the different facets of the story, even if that's their own. And he was, and I think that because he was there. I think everyone was very respectful of that. Like, there's if you're a decent person, we hope that you're not going to be cavalier with something that is a sensitive subject for somebody, and I think that's kind of how it was with this. Like, there wasn't really anything to be gained for the story by being weird or critical or harsh about that part of his story. Because the honest truth is, we've all, I think we've all kind of had crushes or interests or been somewhat like charged up by somebody that we absolutely shouldn't be. Whether that's like a teacher or you're in a partnership and somebody kind of comes along or whatever. That's kind of the animal part of us still, right? You have attraction, and that impulse is something you don't have a lot of control over. You do have control over what you do with it, but that feeling can come and go. And I think that's he did a good job of kind of bringing that to life, and of course Emma did a great job showing that that kind of weird tension between I want this, but I shouldn't have it.
No, absolutely. And everyone out there, you can check out that weird impulse feelings when Liberty kind of starts feeling these things for John in the movie, which is called The Space Between Us, and it's going to be out December the 4th, and it's fantastic. I know you got some stuff coming up too.
What lies below? I think you said The Space Between Us, but it's the other one.
Oh, sorry, I'm stumbling. Yeah, What Lies Below. My apologies for that. And for anyone who watches the movie or seen some of your other projects, they want to keep in touch with you. Or I know you got like Outpost with Orlando Bloom that's coming soon, I believe. You do social media? Is there somewhere people can keep in touch with you if they want to know what you got going on and what the future lies for you, Trey?
And I'm so sorry. It kind of cut out on me for a minute there. What, could you say some of that again?
I was just talking about for anyone who watches the movie or watches some of your past movies and enjoy the work, or they want to learn more about, like, I know you got Outpost coming up with Orlando Bloom and some other things you may or may not be working on. You do social media where anyone can keep in touch with you, or any place where people can know on the happenings of what you got in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do Instagram a little bit more. It's not really my favorite thing to do, but I'm trying to kind of keep people updated. So it's just Trey Tucker. You can go on there. You can see my adventures at the DMV over the last 2 days, and that's riveting. And but that would be where to find me. It's just Instagram, and it's just Trey Tucker.
There you go. Awesome. Well, yeah, go give him a follow. Check out the movie. Find out who is John Smith. Let us know what you guys think. It's streaming everywhere December the 4th. And we appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us today, Trey, and hopefully we'll talk again in the future with some other projects.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I appreciate your time and your interest in the film. Thanks for supporting it, and good luck to you guys out there. Y'all all stay safe, and we'll talk to you again next time around.
You too, man. Thank you so much. Have a great
pleasure.
day.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, yeah, there you have it. There's our interview with Mr. Trey Tucker. make sure you check out the Replicon reviews, movie review, available exclusively on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Replicon Radio. And also check out the interview with writer-director, Dr. Director Brad. Also available as well. Much love. Go check out the movie, What Lies Below.